Okay, so today we're going to be discussing about opening range breakout. So this is a strategy, a setup na pwede nyo gamitin kung kayo ay intraday traders. So this is going to be a complete guide. So lahat ng detalye, yung setups, yung different variations or types ng orb ay didiscuss natin, and also kung paano tayo mag-plot ng range. So yung mga bagay na ito ay natutunan ko in the past years, and ito yung ginagamit ko, and of course ito yung tinuturo natin sa ating mga students. So ito yung mga trades recently ng ating mga kasama sa Ascension, si Sir Darcy. Ito yung trade niya on orb. Nag-plot siya. It is the range nung first minute na open ng market, and then he traded short. So na-hit niya yung target, and then next natin na trade is on Tesla kay Sir Darcy din. So continuation kung nasaan yung direction ng gap, 1:1. And then we have kay Sir Jerome, this is an options trade. So you can also use this options kasi underlying naman yan is the stock. So this is SPY trade, yung index natin, S&P 500. So he shorted, meron siyang range na binakat, the high of the range, the low of the range, and then yung break ng range, doon siya take ng short position, and then he sold 1:1. So next trade naman kay Boss Gel, he took a short nung nagkaroon ng break, pero nauna na siya kasi ang binakat niya nandito was the body plotting. He short, he added, and then he covered nung nagkakaroon pa ng weakness yung stock. So paano nga ba natin gagamitin? Ano ba yung setup na to? Ano yung meron sa orb? So for orb, what is an orb? Orb or opening range breakout. Yung iba ang tawag dito is OR. Yeah, OR is opening range. So the opening range breakout strategy is widely used trading approach that capitalizes on the price movement that occurs during the first minutes. Okay? The first minutes after mag-open ng market. So ayun lang, gano'n kasimple yung opening range. Meron kasi tayong stock market dynamic. Ano yung stock market dynamic? Kaya mas useful yung orb dito sa pagtitrade natin ng stock. Kasi yung market natin, meron tayong tinatawag na regular trading hours. This is the New York Open. Nag-open yan ng 9:30 Eastern Time. And then, magsasara yan alas 4. Tapos, meron tayong after hours. So, this is our regular trading. And then, this is our outside regular trading hours. Or, the after hours. Ito, after hours. Ito naman, yung hati na yan ay pre-market. That's why, nagkakaroon tayo ng gap. Ano yung gap? This is our previous day's closing. And then, this is our current days opening. Nakita niyo may malaking gap between them. Nagte-trade kasi yan nga ng after hours and pre-market. So, ayan yung market dynamic, kaya very useful nga ito for the stocks. Pwede nyo rin naman gamitin to for indices. Pag nag-open yung index ng US, the Dow Jones, the Nasdaq, the SPY, pwede nyo siyang gamitin doon during the New York Open kasi ito yung resistance and support, so the range of the first minutes pag nag-open yung market. Okay? So, next. Paano yung setup? Paano natin makikita? Paano natin pa-plot yung range? Ano ba yung mga requirements, criteria, ano yung mga kailangan nating mahanap? So sa mga nagsisimula, kung hindi pa kayo marunong magbakat ng support and resistance, that's going to be tricky. Kung hindi pa kayo marunong magbasa ng candlestick, so balik muna kayo sa mga basic lessons. Pero kung marunong na kayo magbakat, it's going to be an easy setup na pwede nyo agad ma-absorb, pwede nyo agad magamit. So the setup, syempre una-una, entry, paano ba tayo papasok? Again, opening range, ayun yung kailangan natin. Pag open ng market, kung ano yung range na gagawin niya, and then we have the break of range. Kung saan magbe-break yung range, doon tayo papasok. Pero kailangan muna natin ma-define yung range. How are we going to define the range? We need 2 candles. Hindi ibig sabihin dalawang kandila. We need 2 specific candles. Ang tawag natin sa isa was the signal candle. Number 2 was a trigger candle. Ano ba yon? So ito yung example natin. The stock move higher. So nagkaroon tayo ng gap up. It pushes higher. Bakit nagkaroon ng gap up? Kasi nga, meron tayong after hours or the outside regular trading hours, nagmo-move na siya nun. So, nagkaroon tayo ng move higher, nag-create tayo ng opening candle. Ito yung opening candle, 1 candle, green. So, kanina, nakalagay na meron tayong signal candle. Ano ba yung signal candle? Ang lagi kong hinahanap, let's say, nag-gap up tayo. Ang first candle natin is green candle, or itong white candle kasi, this is a bullish candle yan. Ang kulay lang kasi sa akin is white and black. Now, ang signal candle ko was opposing side ng kandila na yon. Opposing side kung ano man yung mga initial candles na ma-form. So ito, initial candle was bullish candle. Kailangan ko maghanap ng bearish candle na kasunod para ma-form ko yung range. So this is a bullish candle, 1. This is a bearish candle. Nakita yung kulay itim. So bearish candle, mag-start na ako magbakat ng range. Range kung ano yung lowest point and highest point kung kailan man siya nag-form ng signal candle. So signal candle yung tawag ko once mag-form ng opposing candle, this is going to be my signal candle. And sa example natin, ito yung ating signal candle. So, binakat ko lang yung lowest point and then yung highest point. This is now my opening range o the OR. So, ano na lang hihintayin natin? It's either magkaroon ng break above or break below. Ang susunod naman natin, after nating makita or mahanap yung signal candle was the trigger candle. Ano ibig sabihin trigger candle? Triggers an event. So dito ko ngayon mag-execute ng trade mo. So the execution of the trade kapag ka na-break na yung outside ng range. Hindi tayo nagkaroon ng breakout above. Nagkaroon tayo ng break below. So we are going to trade the opening range. Ang direction niya kahit gap up siya, gap up yung direction. Pero ang gagawin nating direction na execution ng trade was going short. So we're going to short right at this level. Kasi ayun yung na-break. The lows of the candle. So balikan natin yung sample ng mga kasama natin sa Ascension. Kunyari kay Sir Darcy. This is his trade. Meron siyang range. Ito yung first candle. Bullish. Moving higher. And then next candle niya, bearish. So pwede mo nang bakatin yung high and low. Ang case na to, yung single candle, the first candle itself, ayun yung high and low. So ayan yung mismong range mo. Hindi naman kasi siya nag-overextend dun sa mga succeeding candles. So the break of the first candle or our range after may signal candle na, yun, trigger na hinanap natin, this is his trigger. So yun, short. So yun yung kailangan natin para ma-form itong opening range natin. Pero later, meron pa tayong isang technique na ginagamit kung sa formation lang na opening range ang ating hinahanap. So we already have an entry, no? The break lang. Alam na natin paano mag-create ng range. Now, ano yung next natin? The risk management. This is important. Saan mo ilalagay yung stop? Saan ka may invalidate? Kasi may entry ka na eh. Saan ka ngayon lalayas pagka hindi na ayon sa'yo yung trade? So, we have two stops. First stop was the wide stop and then we have the tight stop. Pag wide stop, you will put your stop on the opposite side of the break. Kung saan siya nagkaroon ng break. So, sa case na to, if you are shorting the stock, ito yung lower ng range, dito ka nag-enter sa lows, e-exit ka dun sa opposite side ng range, which is the top. So, this is your stop. This is our wide stop. Ito talaga yung usual na ginagamit natin, itong wide stop na to. This is our normal stop for an orb. Kasi ito talaga invalidation niya. Now, may isa pa tayong stop, which is the momentum stop. Tight stop natin, high or low of the trigger candle. Ano yung trigger candle again? Trigger candle is yung nag-break ng range, low or high man yan. So, kung saan ka bumili, let's say, ito, dito ka sa candle na to bumili, ang magiging cut mo or stop mo is itong high ng mismong candle, hindi ng buong range. The high of this candle only. So, babantayan mo lang was not the range but the trigger candle. Okay? So, ayan yung risk management natin. Paano naman yung target? Magkano yung i-allot natin for this specific trade? Kasi, usual targets lang natin was an objective target. Ano yung objective target? We have RRR or risk reward. The risk reward. So, usually, when we are trading orb, we are only using 1:1 risk reward ratio. Kasi yung pinaka-easy na target na ma-hit. And, ang ating orb, usually, ito yung isa sa mga fastest na mag-materialize, fastest na maabot yung TP, no? Ayan yung advantage ng orb. Mabilis lang yung trade na to, kaya isa siyang intraday na setup or strategy. So, or the gap fill. Nabanggit ko kanina na usually yung orb, may gap. Recently, yung DNA ng mga stock or yung behavior ng mga stock ngayon, every time nagkakaroon ng gap up, nagkakaroon siya ng gap fill. Nafi-fill niya yung gap na to and then it's either mag-continue towards the direction kung saan nag-fill yung gap or mag-bounce back. Ito particularly, hindi siya umabot dun sa gap fill. Pero ang inabutan niya was the objective selling at 1:1. Okay? So, ayan yung mga different options nyo. We have multiple options on putting our stops. We have multiple options on our target. Pero ang optimal, usually na ginagamit namin, as you can see, ito sa sample ng mga students, wide stop, yan, i-bold natin, and objective. 1:1 risk-reward ratio, pero naghihintay kami ng overshoot. Overshoot meaning lumalagpas pa siya doon sa target. Pwede kang mag-set ng tranche or ng 80% order to sell, limit order sa 1:1, and then if mag-move pa ng bigger or more than dun sa initial target mo, saka ka magbebenta ng remaining shares na meron ka or remaining units na meron ka. So, ayan yung kabuuan ng setup for orb. Now, meron pa tayong mga additional concepts for orb, of course, which is, paano ba tayo magpa-plot ng range? Kanina, ang pinakita ko sa inyo was candle-based range. Kung paano ko nagpa-plot, the usual. Again, this is candle-based opening range. Ano ibig sabihin? Diba? Kanina may gap up. Ngayon, we have a bearish candle and then followed by a bullish candle. So, pwede na ako magbakat ng range. Kasi opposing candles na sila. We have the lows and the highs. And nataon na yung lows and highs, same din na first candle yon. Itong first minute candle na na-form, ayan din yung merong highs and low ng range. So, you're going to take a trade kapag ka nagkaroon ng trigger. So, this is our signal candle. And then this is our trigger candle. Ito yung entry natin. Pero ang entry dito, nakita nyo, hindi tayo abot ng 1:1. This is our top. This is our entry. Siguro yung 1:1 mo nandito pa. Hindi umabot. Nag-fill ng gap, pero nagkaroon siya ng continuation pataas. So, failed yung trade. Ngayon, punta pa tayo sa isang option kung paano tayo pwede mag-plot ng range, which is time-based. Ano ibig sabihin time-based? So, ang pwede mo gawing option, you can choose whether you are going to plot a range after mag-form ng 5 1-minute candles. Or, you have an option na pwedeng 10 1-minute candles. So, 10 1-minute candles is equals to 2 5-minute candles. Or, pwede ring 15 1-minute candles. 15 1-minute candles is equals to 3 5-minute candles. So, ang usual na makikita nyo ay gumagawa sila ng range, opening range. Usually, merong 5 minutes lang. Ang time frame din na ginagamit nila was 5 minutes. So, whether mag-breakout dun sa 5 minutes, yan, nagkaroon ng event ng breakout. Bibili na sila nun. Ang kanilang reference for the range was the 5 minutes candle lang. Ito, the first 5-minute candle. So again, sa atin, ano yung ginagawa natin sa orb? During the first minutes, pagka nagkaroon na siya ng opposing candle or nag-form na ng signal, doon tayo mag-form ng range, which is, ang tawag natin doon ay candle-based opening range. So candle-based OR. Ang time-based OR, let's say ito 15 minutes. Sa 15 minutes, same trade to same specimen yung ginamit natin. If maghihintay ka ng 15 minutes before you take any trade or any trigger candle, ito yan. So, dito ka matitrigger. You're going to trade the right direction. Kasi, kung candle-based nga tayo, katulad ng ginawa natin kanina sa sample, mapapagpag ka. Hindi mo matitake yung trade doon sa tamang side. But of course, meron yang downside. Ito, candle-based. So, we have a candles, mga doji, green candles, and then opposing candle, red candle, or bearish candle. And then, this is our signal, this is our trigger. So, nagkaroon tayo ng trigger candle. So, this is our entry. Continuation. Puntahan naman natin, what if gumamit tayo dito ng time-based? So, yung time-based natin, dahil after 15 minutes pa or 15 1-minute candles. 15 1-minute candles pa to. This is the range na na-plot natin. So, this is the low and then this is the high. So, hintay ka ng breakout. Walang kahit na anong breakout dito, ito pa yung breakout. So, kung tayo, again, ay nasa candle-based, ang entry mo ay nandito. Ang entry mo naman for time-based is nandito. So, pwede kang ma-late ng entry at pwede ka rin naman ma-save ng late entry kasi ang candle base natin nauna entry pagpag or hindi nag-materialize. Ito naman, late siya pero tama ka dun sa range. Pero what if mag-pullback or mabitin ka ng initial target mo? Pwede rin mangyari yun. Pero ito yung mga options na pwede nyo gawin kung kayo ay magbabakat ng inyong mga opening range. Again, we have the candle based and we have the time based. Time based depende sa inyo if you want 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 15 minutes. So ito yung mga usual na ginagamit. If you don't want the volatility of the first 5 minutes, okay, 10 minutes. Kung masyado pa rin volatile sa'yo, hindi ka pa rin nagtitiwala 15 minutes. So, ayun yung mga options. Now, ano yung mga types of orb? Types of opening range breaks natin. Kasi maraming klase yan. Hindi lang yan basta, okay, breakout na to, goods na yun. We have a classic orb. Ano yung classic orb? Again, this is just an opening range breakout. Sa klase na ito, wala tayong makikitang any significant na gap. So, in-explain ko kanina sa market dynamics, we have an after hour and pre-market, which is the outside our regular trading hours. So, ito, kung mapapansin nyo, this is the session break. No? This is the previous day's close and current day's open. As you can see, yung open at close niya, flat lang. Nag-open siya the same. Walang something significant sa kanya. So, from there, nagawa lang tayo ng range without any gap. So, ibig sabihin, wala tayong directional bias. Usually, directional bias natin is pag nagkaroon ng gap up, towards that direction long. Pag nagkaroon ng gap down, towards that direction, to long. Pagka nag-open siya ng flat, hindi natin alam saan siya pupunta. Ang magiging directional bias natin is depende kung saan siya magkakaroon ng breakout sa opening range. So, opening range, nag-first candle, green. And then, signal candle, red, opposing candle. Bakatin mo, flat na natin ng range. Ito yung range natin. So, nagkaroon siya ng breakout. Buy this candle. Kasi ito yung ating trigger candle. And then, ride it kung saan direction man siya patungo. That's our first variation. No significant gap. Classic orb. This is the previous closing. And then, this is the opening. Okay, wala masyadong gap. Nandun lang siya nag-open. No significant gap. Green candle, and then we have a doji bearish. So, flat tayo ng ating range. This is the highs. You can enter the trade right here. This is our signal candle. This is our trigger candle. And then yun, continuation tayo towards that direction. So, that is The first variation, classic orb, no significant gap. Next, gap and go. May mga video tayo about this one. Anong special sa gap and go? This is a trend trading type ng setup and then ang trade natin dito was sa direction ng gap. Ang ibig sabihin, pag nagkaroon ng gap up, ang direction na gusto nating puntahan yan is bullish. Gap up, continuation. You're going to trade according sa trend na binigay ng gap. No, usually, most of the time, pupunta yan sa direction ng gap. So, dito sa time na to, ano yung naunang candle? Bearish candle. Bearish candle, bearish candle, and then bullish candle. This is going to be our signal candle. Once may signal na tayo, signal candle, we can plot the range. The lows and the highs. And then we have the breakout. Sa breakout, susundan lang natin direction. 1:1. Hindi mo siya makukuha agad dito. Makukuha mo yung 1:1 somewhere around this area. Makukuha mo yung 1:1 dito if you're going to use tight stop. Tight or momentum stop. Ito yung stop mo. Possible makuha. So next specimen, next sample natin, gap and go. Ang direction ito, where's the direction of the gap? Moving lower. Gap down. So gap down, we have bearish candle, bearish candle, bearish candle, and then bullish candle, signal candle. Pag yaring lumabas ang signal candle, we can plot the range. Okay, after plotting the range, we have the trigger candle right here. So trigger candle, time to enter. Let's go. So yan. 1:1 objective based on risk reward 1:1. Now, so we have the classic, walang gap. We have gap and go, trading the direction. And then the counter trend, that ang tawag dito gap and crop. So counter trend trading. Trading the opposite direction of the gap. Ibig sabihin, if we have a gap up, ang direction na iti-trade natin was a short. Kailan natin usually makikita to? Kapag yung daily, dire-diretso siya nagpaparabolic, usually makakakot ka ng bigla ang weakness dyan. Let's say 5 days dire-diretso, 5 days straight. So ayun na yung concept. Ito sa daily to na time frame, kaya pwede mong gamitin yung gap and crop once makakita ka ng overextension ng stock sa daily. We have gap up. Ang direction nga natin na tinitingnan dito was a breakdown. Bullish candle, and then signal candle kasi opposing candle siya nito mga bullish. And then the trigger candle. After the trigger candle, yun, continuation towards the downside. So gap and crop. Hindi tayo dumiretso towards the upside. Wala rin tayo nakitang breakout. Next, Coinbase. So same thing. We have a gap up. So, doji bullish, we have a bullish and then bearish candle, which is the signal candle. After natin ng signal candle, followed na siya agad ng trigger candle, nag-fill gap. So, enter at the trigger candle and then yun, continuation ng drop. So, the first na gap niya, direction was gap up. Pero hindi tayo nag-continue towards that direction. So, that is gap and crop. Ulitin natin. The first variation, no gap. It is just a classic opening range. Kung saan siya pumunta, we're going to follow that. Kung mag-breakout, taas, long. Breakdown, short. Kapag gap and go, kung nasa yung direction ng trend, ay yung susundan natin kung saan siya mag-breakout. Gap up, long. Ito, gap down, short. Kabaliktaran naman ng gap and crop. Gap and crop is counter trend. Counter dun sa direction ng gap na ginawa niya. So, opposite direction. So, gap up, pero short. Gap up, short. Pwedeng gap down, long. So, ayan yung mga variations natin. At, syempre, meron tayong mga notes na importante yung gawin din. So, number 1, orb is quick and easy to learn. As you can see, kung marunong nga kayo mag-plot ng support and resistance, you can use this. But this is not 100% win rate strategy. Merong mga tamang criteria, tamang mga stock, merong mga specific na models tayo na hinahanap para mas mataas yung win rate niya. Pero usually, orb, it is 45 to 55% win rate. Kung automated backtesting on index, US indices to. Ito yung usual na hit rate niyan. No? Long only. Long direction bias only. Ngayon, kung 45 to 55% using only 1:1 risk-reward ratio, halos break-even yan. That's why kailangan natin magkaroon ng overshoot. Let's say 1:1.5. Paano magagawa yung overshoot na yun? You can take 50% profit and then trail the rest or mag-move ka pa ng higher targets or tighten your stop. Ayun yung dalawang bagay na pwede. And next, backtest. So you'll see more variations of orb. Marami pa kayo makikita more than the gap and crop, more than the gap and go, and then the classic orb. Meron pang mga iba't ibang variations. May mga strong types ng orb, stronger types, may mga weak types ng orb. And then we have to backtest para ma-improve yung orb criteria. Ano meaning nun? Meron tayong required na gap. Kunyari, gap and crop gusto mong laruin. What if yung stock nag-move na ng more than 20%? Pero yung 20% na to, this is not significant kung basura na stock yan. Pero significant to kung big cap na stock. Let's say, ang stock na nag-gap up ng 20%, wow, Microsoft. Ito, $1 trillion company to, mahirap i-20% per day yan. Pero, ay ibabaktas nyo. Kaya kayo, hindi basta-basta, gagamitin nga na itong gap and crop kasi, opening range breakout kasi madali lang siya. Yes, madali nga siya. Pero, kailangan mo na i-backtest para ma-improve natin saan mo siya gagamitin, kailan mo siya gagamitin, saang stock, ano yung mga criterias na mahalaga mo munang makita. So lahat yun makikita nyo once mag-backtest kayo. So itong konsepto na ito, matagal na natin ginagamit to for day trading and especially sa US stocks. But you can also use this on index trading. So kung gusto nyo pa ng mga ganitong klase ng content, mag-subscribe lang kayo at i-like nyo yung video. Pwede kayo mag-comment sa baba. At marami pa tayong mga advanced concept na i-deliver sa inyo in the next coming days. So maraming salamat ulit sa inyong panonood guys. Good luck sa inyong trading and God bless everyone. Thank you.